Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Ooh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I wanna talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Corsicana, Texas. What's going on, Dallas Fort Worth? What's going on, Houston, Texas? Welcome back to the show. We are your show hosts. I go by the name of Mr. Know-It-All. We also have with us the first lady of the Brandon Coles podcast, Educated Queen. Give it up for EQ. Next, we got the big fella at the top corner, right there by the logo. B-Dub, Bougie Weirdo. What's up, Bougie Weirdo? And coming in shortly, we got our boy, gentleman, Jamal. Give it up for G-Man. He'll be on here shortly. So we are the Brandon Coles podcast. This is where we have fire interviews. We have hot topics, burning questions, and searing conversations. And we also say what needs to be said. So that being said, make sure you go and hit that subscription button, hit that notification bell, and also be able to subscribe to the Brandon Coles podcast as well. We also have in the comment section, if you want to come onto the show, put your comments in. You can definitely go up to the comment section, and you can put your comments inside the comment section. We'll read your comment. And also, if you want to be able to come on to the show, we'll welcome you on to the show as well. You'll see the two streaming platforms that we have available. We have the YouTube and we have the Facebook option available. So come on to the show, put your questions out there. We'll talk about it. We'll welcome everything that we have coming our way. We definitely welcome the warm embrace from you guys. All right. So panel, how are we doing on this Tuesday election? How are we doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Panel. Go ahead.
Waiting on those results to drop. Waiting on those results to drop.
Hey. You know what, man? It's you know what, the Tuesdays, you know how I feel about it. Tuesdays is a great time for that way we can get here and have a discussion amongst everybody. So I look forward for Tuesdays, man, and I'm always all smiles about it, like always. But it's here, and like I said, everything that's going on with today. I know today is like supposed to be an exciting time what I would say maybe like I think people get anxiety right around this time when it comes to midterms election. So, people trying to see exactly what's going to happen, who's going to win, and what, and is the White House and is the Senate, who's going to be a governor, new governor, whatever, judges, local, campaign people that's campaigning for the local election. So people just super excited about it. So we're gonna definitely see. We're gonna find out. B-Dub, everything's going good with you, my friend?
Everything is everything.
Everything is good. Everything. Cool. Well, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So we're gonna definitely talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Ooh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I wanna talk about it. Let's talk about it.
You guys see the topic: to vote or not to vote? That is the question. So today is the opening poll started at 7 o'clock this morning. I believe they close at 7 p.m. So this is early voting for the election. So people have been running to the polls. People have been posting saying that they voted. Some people didn't vote. That's your prerogative, whatever you did. But we have to talk about it on the show tonight. The question I will ask this, okay? And B-Dub, EQ, you guys give your guys input about it. Election time, okay? Do you guys feel excited about election time, how everything is going thus far with the election. Do you guys get excited? Do you guys get anxious? Do you guys have, how you guys feel about everything with during election time? What is funny? What's funny?
Well, I think B Dub already gave you his answer. As for me, I'm not excited per se. I am kind of just I don't know. I'm not even hopeful. I'm just like everybody else, just waiting to see what's gonna happen. And you know, but like I tell anybody, what's in the middle of politician? The word lie. So I mean, that's what they do. So I mean, we'll just see what happens. Yeah, I said it. You know me. So we'll just see what happens. And then if whoever wins, whether it be a Democrat, Republican, or whatever. All right. Now, once you've won this position or this office, what do you do going forward? What differences, what changes can you make your state or your community better? See, that's where I stand. What are we going to do going forward? Now that you're in this position, now that the people have spoken, whether they spoke in my favor or your favor or whoever, however you vote, what do we do? Where do we go?
Right, right. I'm gonna say this, and I'm going to respond next. B Dub. Be honest with you, I'm numb. I'm numb because I'm looking at it from a different set of lenses here. Okay, so I've been an advocate voter ever since I could vote. Matter of fact, I probably missed maybe one time to vote in my life, but for the most part, I've been down. I've been one of those kind of guys that been running to the polls and voting and super excited excited about it because I grew up during the time where you was told that how important it was to vote, and that's what I believed in, and I was religiously going down there to actually go out there and do it. But now that I'm hitting the age where I'm at, and I'm seeing things, just the totality of everything when it comes to voting and how things are being done, I don't like it. It's been an issue. It's been a problem. I go into that deeper down the road when we further have this discussion. But I'm to the point to where I'm sick and tired of the political game. All right, I don't have time for it. These guys that either win, they win and get the majority of the votes, and people put these people inside the seats and things like that. But we always end up seeing like we get the short end of the stick when it comes to that, and no, it seems like no one cares about what goes on in our communities and for our communities. And I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out a whole lot, so this time of the year for me, I used to get excited about it, but now I'm just like, you know what, it is what it is. If it's Democrat, Republic, it is what it is. It to me, both of them are pretty much. It's almost like you have to choose the worst of two evils. And I'm not going to be one of those type of people that's going to have a knockdown, drag out conversation or argument or disagreement about what master we gonna serve. I'm not playing that game no more. And that's just how I feel about it. B Dub. Can you hear us? You on mute, B Dub.
I think it's on mute.
Yeah, no, I hit the wrong button in my screen. Went back to the home screen.
No, you good.
Now, first of all, you threw me for a second when you was talking about voting, and you said I came up in the time. I thought you was about to say I came up in the time where you couldn't vote. I was about to say, how old are you, bro?
77.
you know, when you know better, you do better. I mean, you said it. We all came up the same way. Vote, vote, vote. Got it. And not only that, if you black, it's not just about voting. So that's one thing. We was never taught to have our own mind. We was never taught to research. And that's why you feeling this way now, because we was indoctrinated to just vote straight ticket Democratic. That's it. if you don't do it, you ain't black. Period.
You ain't black. You ain't
Just
black.
so yeah, just like you, as soon as I turned 18, first few opportunities I got to vote, I definitely voted. Um, but now I'm a little more discerning with my vote, and I don't vote on everything. Like you don't have to vote on everything. Like this election, there's nobody in this election for governor, for Senate that I just really just completely stand behind. So my focus was voting on the judges, the district judges, because that's important.
Right.
Um, so that's the other thing too. Like we don't even realize that we go and we think that we have to vote for somebody. Or at least I speak for myself. Maybe I was the only one in the world that felt like that. Like you gotta vote for everybody. And like I said, as you get older, you know better, you do better. You expand. See, a lot of people haven't expanded their mind. They haven't expanded their environment. They haven't expanded their experiences. So they just stuck right there. Now I see things differently because things affect me differently.
Right.
I'm married now. I'm not a single guy voting anymore. So there's things that may affect uh, my me positively or negatively being married. I'm a homeowner now. There's things that may affect me positively or negatively as a homeowner, depending on who's in certain positions. So I care about those things a little bit more now than just the parties. Like, oh, I'm just gonna vote Democratic. But if that person don't have my interests at heart, why would I vote for them?
Right.
And sometimes, I'm there's, 2016, I didn't vote at all. I would joke and tell people that I voted for Kanye, but actually I didn't vote at all because I'm not doing the lesser of the two evils anymore. I'm beyond that.
Right.
That's we used to oh well, this person's not as no. I don't like what they talking about. I don't like what they talking about. Not doing it.
Right. Right. But just because you don't vote, that does not mean that, because I've been seeing a lot of posts saying that if you don't vote, then you don't have the right to complain. I disagree with that. I
I
disagree with that
disagree wholeheartedly.
wholeheartedly with that.
I
That's
disagree with that.
what you say,
Yeah.
EQ. EQ, what you say? You there?
She said
I
she
disagree with
disagreed.
that too. No, I was just
Yeah, yeah,
no.
yeah. Just because you don't vote,
Yeah.
don't mean that
Yeah, I
you
disagree too.
that doesn't mean, yeah, it doesn't mean that that you don't have the right to complain
I,
because you
I
can
got a
complain.
piece of paper.
Say it
I
again.
have a piece of paper. It's my right to complain. It's a little square rectangle piece of paper. It's blue and white. It says St. Joseph Hospital, Houston, Texas, born on such and such date. That's my right to complain. I am a American citizen. I'm a Texan. I'm a Houstonian. I have a right to complain about anything that go on in Houston, anything that go on in Texas, anything that go on in the U.S.
Right.
So that's my right to complain, whether I vote or not. People can get on with that.
Right. Yeah, because I've been seeing a lot of posters saying that. I'm saying to myself, for you to say something like that, doesn't you gotta be cognitive and you gotta be aware that hey, everybody don't think the way that you think, and that's fine. That's okay for you to feel that way, all right? But don't jump on me or get down my back because I don't think the way you think. You see what I'm saying? And we
Right.
got a bad by doing
That's
each other like
that's it.
that. So it does, to me, it doesn't matter if you go out there and vote. That's your prerogative. If you don't vote, that's your prerogative as well. I can respect the fact that your choice of thinking is totally different from mine. If you vote, I don't vote. I can respect that. All right. So let me ask you guys this, okay? When we vote, or if you don't vote, do you guys believe that we are changing anything in the political arena if we vote, whoever we vote for, if it's Democrat or Republican, or does anybody feel like we are seeing some type of change when it comes to helping our communities? How do you guys feel about that? Do you feel like there's some change in the in the political arena when it comes to our us voting?
Just because I go throw my support behind somebody, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm making a change in my community. Because like I said, people can stand before you and promise you this and promise you that. Okay, let's take for example last week at this well-known popular church, mega church in Dallas, that was a political candidate in the congregation. Well, guess what? It's election season. Where have you been when racial tensions have been high? Where are you, when our schools need better resources, and our communities need better resources? We need our own grocery stores. Where are you, when churches are being bombed and set on fire, or when, our children are being racially profiled and our brothers are being racially profiled? Where are you then? See, that's where we need you. When and where we need you. We don't need you to just show up on a Sunday morning because it's election season and you want to come promise our churches this, that, and the third. And we got to stop being so doggone selfish. Because if you had my best interest in mind, you will show up when the cameras aren't rolling. You will show up when it's not election season. We got to stop placing, first of all, stop waiting on these people to do stuff for us. We got to take the initiative to take care of our own communities, take care of each other. That's the problem. We believe too much in massa. And massa ain't done nothing for us but enslave, impoverish, and lie to us and have kept us oppressed. We got to rise above ignorance. And it's that time right now. And I stand on what I say.
Right.
That part.
Right. EQ, I agree with you 1,000%. I would also add this, EQ and B Dub, and tell me you guys how you guys feel about it. When you go to the polls, all right, and you see, because I was one, I'm telling you, I was out there, okay. You don't see no other nationality of people out there, but you're gonna see majority white, you're gonna see majority black. You don't see no other nations out there, no other nationality out there vote. You don't see Asians, you don't see Jewish, you don't see you will see some Hispanics out there as well, but you won't see some other nationalities or whatever, Chinese people. You don't see them out there. You don't see Asian people out there or whatever, because guess what? They already have. They can care less because it seems like the vote or the election don't affect them because they have their own they got their own stores, they got their own everything or whatever. But see, our people, we're going to go and vote to try to go and get something. The other people that's there, some of the majority of the white folks, they already have things where they're making sure they're trying to oversee things that don't get turned around upside down for them. But we're there at the polls trying to go and get something, trying to gain something, and we don't have all the ducks in a row. And like you said, we get out there and we're trying to vote for master to help us out, and we always end up getting the short end of the stick. But every other race in between, you don't see them out there at the polls waiting in them lines, whatever, because they got everything. They have everything. They got necessities. They got resources. They got it all.
Yes and no. Yes and no. You mostly right, because they do have resources. Because it doesn't matter who's in office. See, that's the thing. It don't matter who in office. Jewish people already got they things set up. They gonna get theirs regardless. And
Right.
like some of these older cultures, but I'm gonna say this: they actually do vote. The thing about it is, we vote when it's popular, when it's we try. They go early vote, and they vote for what's important. I think I might have talked about it on the show before. I don't remember. There's a few different neighborhoods in Houston. There's a Vietnamese neighborhood. There's a Chinese neighborhood. There's a Jewish neighborhood, and in the Vietnamese neighborhood, they actually have Vietnamese street signs. Why? Because they vote local. Local is what affects you. National has much less effect on you. Like on the national level, okay, president say, okay, I'm gonna tax whatever, above $250,000. Okay, well, if you don't make $250,000 a year, that doesn't affect you. But local elections, people who are in your representatives, your congressmen, and people like that, your local judges, legislators, they actually have control over what happens in your neighborhood. So you want to know why your street lights are not getting fixed? That's local. You want to know why your property taxes going up? That's local. You want to know why your school's not getting resources that it needs? That's local. You have to vote local, and those people do. Because if you look in those neighborhoods, if you see the district representatives of those neighborhoods, Vietnamese, and not only that, they keep the money in their neighborhoods. You go to a certain part of Houston where all the Vietnamese people stay, you see nothing but Vietnamese realtor signs, Vietnamese stores, Vietnamese car dealership. Like, they keep the money in their community and they vote for what affects their actual community. So that's why you don't see them at the national polls, because you're right, they don't care about that too much, because number one, Chinese, Jewish, Vietnamese, Indian, soon as they
Arab,
hit American soil, they taken care of,
right,
regardless of
right,
who's in office.
right,
We the only ones that's been here, was brought here and been here, because some of us, our heritage goes back to the Native Americans.
right. I
So
agree.
we've been here and we've been brought here, and can't get our just due. But the reason is, now this is where you wrong. You said we go vote to try to get stuff. We don't. We don't vote to try to get stuff. We just vote because we was told to vote. Just
I
like we
agree with
still
that.
eat
I agree with
chitlins.
that too. I agree with that too.
We eat chitlins because grandma ate chitlins.
I agree with that too.
We still do a lot of things that are not good for us, because that's just how it was, and that's tradition, and that's how it's been. We vote Democrat. Why? Because our parents told us to vote Democrat. Because their
Right,
parents told us to vote Democrat. Why? We don't even know.
right,
Republicans was the ones that ended slavery. Why we don't vote
Right,
Republican?
right,
right.
right, right,
So
right,
Right.
right, right.
Know it all. I want to go back to what you were saying about other cultures and voting, and B Dub is right. Those people do go out early vote, and they do vote on matters that affect them personally or within their immediate community. But you also have to understand people from other cultures who are immigrants to the United States. They know, other countries know, the United States is probably the laughing stock of the world. So they already know that we're behind the ball in a lot of areas. So they already know, hey, they already know our systems, our policies, our procedures, everything. They know everything about the U.S. better than people who live here. And as far as us, who live here and were born and raised here, how is it that an outsider know more about us and our culture and our history, our everything, and our laws, our government than our own people? They laugh at us for being ignorant to that. And that's because, and you're right, it does go back to, oh, well, grandmama and them did it. But y'all got to understand, grandmama and them wasn't educated either. Grandmama and them just took what was sold to them by way of words, by way of a few promises, by way of not even reparations. You know what I'm saying? Not even stimulus checks. They just took whatever little bit they could to get by, and they ran with it. They lived off of those broken promises, off those false pretenses, off of all of that they were told, because they were just like they were taught that, oh, well, we're going to look out for y'all because we want to end slavery, or we want to abolish slavery, and we want to do this and we want to do that. Nobody ever stopped to say, hey, this is one side of the coin, let's look at the other side, and then let's make our judgments, let's make our that's we can come up with our opinions and whatever based off both sides and how we feel. Let's look at both ends of the spectrums. And now you got churches pushing this. How you gonna have a politician in your church who beliefs are different and contradict the Bible that you preach from, or the Jesus that you claim to know? Come on now. You saying you're going to allow this politician in your church, and yeah, I get forgiveness and love and all that, but sometimes we too forgiving, and sometimes we look beyond things that need to be brought to the forefront. But
Right,
how you going to bring a politician in that says, okay, you know what, same against to go vote for this person, and wait a minute, and then the next Sunday you talking about God this and God that? Well, wait, hold up. Because see, that would have been my cue to give my purse, my Bible, and throw up that finger, walk out, and never turn back.
right,
And that's what people gotta stop. Stop listening to these preachers
wow,
that's telling y'all stuff. Stop that. They are men just like
come
you and
on,
I. They put on their pants one leg at a time. Hey, and if you gonna be a follower of Christ, get in His Word and get to know Him yourself. Stop. We gotta stop waiting on other people to share information. Get wisdom for yourself. The Bible says, in all you're getting, get an understanding. You gotta get to know the Lord for yourself. Stop
come on,
running with what
Pastor.
people tell you. People will lead you on a slope to hell, and that go for politicians too. Stop that. And then we gotta stop being stupid. I'm serious. It angers me, y'all. I be seeing some of this mess and I'm like, man, y'all stupid. And I know that ain't the right thing to say, but it's the truth. And I'm
Right,
all I'm saying, I'm not saying you gotta be Republican, Democrat, or whatever, but take out the time to do your homework. Because you'll be
right,
surprised at what you've been going along with contradicts your God.
right.
Wow.
I'm
Well.
done
EQ
preaching.
first lady has spoken. She
Pass the
had
collection.
breathed
Take your
some
time,
fire.
sister. Take your
She had
time.
breathed some fire on
Pass the
that
collection
thing.
plate.
Hey, let's hold on. Let's hop into these comments real quick. We
Right,
getting
right, right.
active in these
I was
comments.
just getting to him. Gwendolyn Rubel, appreciate you for joining the show and we thank you for tuning in. Gwendolyn Rubel said, because the people in that community won't try help, they don't vote, not all, but most. Miss Chastity Portis, appreciate you for joining the show and thank you for tuning in. Miss Portis says, hello,
Hey, best
everyone.
friend.
Hello, Miss Portis, how are you? Gwendolyn Rubel also says, I respect it, but don't agree. We need people running that have proven themselves.
Facts.
Okay, right.
Right.
She also said, exactly, I totally agree. She says, I never vote a ticket. I vote for who best for my people, not always myself. Okay, that's great. And I voted after doing a lot of research. Okay.
Right on.
And Chastity Poor says, say it. I guess you're saying say it there, EQ.
That's right, bestie.
So let me ask you guys this question here, okay? All right. EQ, you just touched on, you're talking about politics and you said religion that's involved with the with the political campaigning. Okay, all right. And we're gonna take it to this another level here. Okay, how do you guys feel about? I lost my train of thought too. It's how do you guys feel that our ancestors? Do you think that ancestors? Because I've been seeing this a lot on Facebook as well. That our ancestors died for us to be able to be in a position to vote. Do you guys believe
Hell
that?
no.
Say it again.
Hell no.
I don't know. I
Easy.
don't know my ancestors. I don't know them.
Because here's how I look at it. Here's how I look at it. EQ
Wait a
and
minute.
B-Dub.
The
Go
ancestors been talking to y'all. Y'all better talk back to them. I don't know what they saying though.
ahead. Miss Gwendolyn Rubel says that politics and religion don't mix, and it don't. But getting back to the ancestor, okay. Here's how I believe. Here's what I think about it. Okay, had our ancestors would have known that they fought and died and lost their life for us to still be fighting for exactly what they were trying to get us out of to this very single day, I don't think they would have sacrificed their life to see their people there, to see us still being, in a situation in the shape that we're in right now, because we're still in the same shape that we're in back in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s or whatnot. It's still we still in that same shape.
Well, because
And I
here's the thing. I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
I'm gonna cut you out, but
Go ahead.
so first of all, we got to stop telling our kids that lie. That's number one. We operate under a lie that our ancestors fought and died for this and that. No, they didn't. First of all, they was enslaved and taken, and then when they got free, they was just living their life. We keep forgetting that part. They thrived. They was living and building and creating just like every other community, and it was consistently being challenged and taken away from them. Nobody fought for the right to vote. They was just living. They was living on their land or wherever they was at doing what they do. We forget Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma. The others, we're not gonna get that controversial today. I'm gonna keep it PC, but they like to say that 9/11 was the greatest terrorist act that happened on American soil, which is not true. It was Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we gotta get off this. Our ancestors died for our right to vote. No, they didn't. They was just trying to live and be normal, and they took action. The bus boycotts, that wasn't about voting. That was just about taking action, because that's what you do as a human being. If somebody does something against you, you take action, whatever that action is. They was Jim Crow, racism, all that stuff was happening, so they took action against that. It wasn't like, oh, let's just fight for this. Like, no, okay, y'all doing this, we're gonna do that to try to combat it. the Black Panther Party, we love to forget that the Black Panther Party started to protect the community from police violence, because we were living, minding our business in our own neighborhoods, enjoying our lives, enjoying our grocery stores, our hospitals, our schools, educating our own kids, and people kept coming in and trying to interfere with that, and that's how the Black Panther Party got started. Or at least that's the reasoning behind it. However, it went after that, it don't matter. We forget the origin story. We just listen to the beautiful lies, like you like to say all the time, Mr. Know It All. We love for people to tell us those beautiful lies, and we live our life according to that. But again, like I say, as you know better, you do better. That's just the same with voting. Just like Gwendolyn said, go do your research. Vote for who has proven themselves to act in your best interest or the best interest of your community, and that's who you put your support behind. Not this person, that person, just because they are with some political party or with some gang.
Right. Right.
It's red. It's literally red versus blue. Like
That's
how
it.
is nobody making that connection?
Right.
Oh, we blue. We with the Democrats, or we red. We with the Republicans. That sounds like Bloods and Crips to me.
Right. 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 Right.
I
You
was
know,
just gonna say that the Bloods against
so
East Coast versus West Coast.
that's what it seemed like. Right. 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 And like you said, we have to. Yeah, I agree. BWEQ. We have to do a better job with actually just doing our research and voting for the best candidate. And but here's the thing, though. Like I told you guys, I'm numb to a lot of things with health because I'm sick and tired of being lied to. All right, I don't want to play that game no more. So this time around, that's the reason why I chose to say, you know what, man, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna sit on my vote this year because I don't see that there is something that's going to I'm going to vote and get a gain from. It don't look like it for me. All right. So I said I'm gonna sit back because I'm gonna sit back and just and relax and just kind of see how everything's gonna play out. But I'm very strategic with how I'm going to choose to get involved with voting again, whatever. Because like I said, in order for you to get my vote for me, I got to see. We got to get something. I need something. We got to get something. All right. I don't, we gotta do better. You guys gotta be creative and come up with something and not just telling me a bunch of jibber jabber or something. All these false promises or whatever. We gotta make something happen. We gotta find a way to make something happen. And if it don't happen, then you just don't get my vote. I'm just sick and tired of just going and just voting for just the sake of voting. I can't do it anymore. Go ahead, EQ. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I agree totally with you. Like I said, campaigning starts with building relationship with communities and individuals. It goes far beyond, you just wanting a vote, because when most politicians get the votes that they are looking for in certain communities, they're gone. They turn their backs on them and they're gone.
Right.
And, or they may show up again for right at the next election season. And we've seen patterns of this, especially in our communities, and it's like, okay, well, we gave them our vote and they came by our church and they left a $500 donation. What can $500 do when they've campaigned and made millions? I mean,
Right.
really, what can $500 do? And that $500 isn't going to go to the church. It's not going to go to the community. But that's the same thing with our churches too.
That's passive money.
Where's the money that they was passing them? Where they point? Why? See, my thing of it is we're waiting on politicians to do the job, but what about our community leaders? See, we got to, and that's a whole different topic for another show.
Right.
When we gonna start pouring into our community? When we gonna help we? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
When
Right.
when we gonna take the initiative?
Right.
And I
Right.
understand your frustration about voting, and I get it. I feel the same way. I'm like, I just want to go vote to be nosy, just to see who was early voting, and just just to say I voted. But here's what I saw in my community. This is how they keep the system going here and keep people in positions. Most of them were unopposed. Nobody was running against them.
Mm.
So nothing changes. Everything stays the same.
Right.
And we can see that for ourselves right here where we live. Our community, they sure don't have our community's best interest at heart, because they're turning our community around, and the people over there don't even see what's going on.
Right.
But this is what happens when people run unopposed and they keep their green dollars in their communities, and they feed the scraps and slop to the people on the other side of the tracks.
Right, right, right. EQ. So we're gonna go ahead and get to these. We have three videos that we're gonna watch, but we're gonna go ahead and get to these comments first before we get to the videos. And again, you
Okay.
guys, we appreciate you guys for joining the show. Thank you for tuning into the Burning Coals podcast. If you like it, make sure you hit that subscription button. Make sure you hit the like button, and make sure you hit that share button as well to let everybody know exactly where to go for nice fire content. We have these discussions every Tuesday, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, and we just do live recordings. And we hope you guys enjoy it and like it. Chastity Portis. She says to say politics and religion don't mix is not an accurate belief for a Christian. As a Christian, Christ is to be acknowledged and represented in everything that you do. Appreciate the comment, Miss Chastity. She also says, Gwendolyn Rubel says, well, I'm red and blue, but now I am thinking, what's the point? The less of two evils. I don't get any stimulus check. Wow, okay. Right in Corsicana. And Queen, the Line of Shem Lounge podcast, Queen Solomon's here. Appreciate you for joining the show, Miss Queen Solomon. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Welcome.
But Miss Chastity, that's what we was talking to you earlier about, saying if you're gonna vote, make sure you get something for your vote. Don't just be out there not doing your research, not just you just vote for the sake of voting, whatever. Because I've seen some people actually get on there and say, "I'm voting for the sake of voting." Don't care about getting nothing. Don't care about doing no research, no none of that. Get something for your vote, people. I'm telling you, that's very important for you to get something for you to get your vote. So we're gonna go ahead and get to the first video, and we can go and we'll come back with our commentary. Here we go.
Greg Abbott
District
won.
12, listen up right here. There's a new name on the ballot for the Senate this year. My name is Linda Paulson, Republican and awesome. Love God and family and the Constitution. I tried to get another conservative to run. Nobody could do it, so I'm getting it done. I'm pro-religious freedom, pro-life, pro-police, the right to bear arms and the right to free speech. I want less government control and regulation, want to stop and expose all political corruption where there's integrity, morality, accountability. Government programs should lead to self-sufficiency and support traditional family as the fundamental unit of society. But in schools, they're pushing for new beliefs. And just to clarify, as a female adult, I know what a woman is. I love this country. It's a blessing to be free, but freedom comes with responsibility. The Constitution needs to be protected, not changed or disregarded, but resurrected. If you share my values, if you like what I stand for, then give me your vote on the 8th of November. District 12 needs a choice. Let me be your voice, Linda Paulson. Linda Paulson for Senate.
Say, man, what in the fresh Beverly Hills 902.10 junk was that?
Let me translate for you. Hey, black people, I can't get enough white votes, so come vote for me. Yeah.
That's exactly what that was, B Dub. That's exactly what that was, man. That is for her to cater to the black folks. Is another extension of Chucks and Pearls with the gimmick that Chucks and Pearls did, but she's trying to do it in a hip hop, I don't know whatever that is, or whatever hip hop kind of way, and it was very cornballish. And for you know what, and how our people are, we will think that is we'll cater to that. It's like, oh man, she's
She get an invite to the picnic.
right, man. We invite anybody to the
We let everybody at the picnic. Hey, but the thing about it is though, this is what hurts me about us. We say it all the time on this show. I don't know if anybody else saying it, but we say it all the time. Gentleman Jamal said it all the time. You said it. We all say it. We are the culture.
We are.
And this is just proof. Like they know what they have to do to get us. So imagine if we just held that back and said no. What if we stop inviting everybody to the damn picnic just because they did a couple cool dance moves or came to a church or whatever? What if we held that vote back and said no? This is what we want, and if we don't get this, and again, going back to what Gwendolyn Rubel said, a track record. Where's your history of showing that you've been doing things in favor of this community before you just pop up every 2 years or every 4 years and want our vote and want to hit the dab and whatever and say, hey, come vote for me. Like it's crazy. But this is what it's come down to. This is what it's come down to.
Right. Yep. And we just and we gotta quit just like you said, man. We gotta quit trying to invite everybody to the cookout, man. And that to me, man, I'm offended. I'm offended for this woman say, you know what?
Hey.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm offended for this woman to say, you know what, man? I know how I know how I'm going to get the black vote. I'm going to do some culture vultures type of stuff and put together a rap, and that's what I can get. That's what all it takes for me to get their vote, regardless of what it is I stand for, or whatever. But these people are. It's almost like it's a slap in the face saying that we don't even know how to think. So that way, but we don't know how to think at all, and that we can just, go with this gimmick and vote for this person because of a gimmick that she knows how to use against our people, man. That's embarrassing.
I guarantee you, it was some color reds that went out there and voted for her.
Oh yeah, that's true. But the thing about it is, that lady probably wouldn't spit on a black person on fire. But hey, don't get offended yet, because just wait, there's more.
There's more. Oh,
we got a versus battle going on. We got to get the response in this versus battle.
We're gonna get to it, okay? Let's read these. We got some comments here. The Line of Shim Lounge podcast says, "Forget voting." Yeah, we gotta give you a thumbs up for that one. He said, "Forget voting."
Oh, B-Dub for president.
Chassis Porter says, "Have you heard of a second constitution that was written in 1871?" There's a whole bunch of stuff that they actually put out there, that they twisted and tweaked, like the what's the national anthem. There was a verse inside the national anthem they took out, and it was pretty hideous. You got to go, if you haven't read that yet, go read the national anthem and see exactly what it really said. What's his name? Francis Scott Key is the one who wrote it, or whatever, whoever this guy's name is, but he put some stuff inside the national anthem that will rock your boat. You'd be like, wow, the nerve of this guy, the gall of this guy for him to put that inside inside the national anthem like that, whatever. So yeah, they do a whole lot of that stuff that we don't they don't want us to see about and hear. So they do that a lot. We're gonna go ahead and get to the second video so that we'll come back with our commentary. Let's get it.
Together America works. Together America works. Together America works. Together America works. You wanna be the man, gotta make a name. Say you wanna win, gotta play the game. If you in a race, gotta make a lane. Wanna make a difference, gotta make a change. Got teach, 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 got teach. Together America works. Together America works. Together America works. Together America works. You wanna be the man, gotta make a name. Say you wanna win, gotta play the game. If you in a race, gotta make a lane. Wanna make a difference, gotta make a change. Got teach, 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 got teach.
I'm Yatish Joshi and I approve this message.
No.
Come on to the picnic, Yoshi.
No.
Yoshi invited to the picnic.
To the no.
I got it. So question. What's worse? I ain't gonna say at least because it's horrible, but she did her own rap. He brought in a black face to do his rap for him.
Right.
When I first saw this, I thought the black dude was the person running. I'm like, whatever. Like, why we got to do this? But but then come to the end of the video, I'm like, wait, that ain't even the dude.
Right. I'm offended. I'm offended. I'm offended, man. Like I say, man, that's what
Yatish had a fire producer though. I gotta give him that. He had a fire producer.
Man, I'm still offended, B-Dub. My mouth is dropped behind that, man.
It's horrible.
I told you, it's horrible, man. That they know exactly what they need to do to try to persuade the black vote. And then, like I told you, man, they get that vote, and you won't see them in the communities. They don't want to come to your schools. Your schools gonna still be ran down. They don't care nothing about your churches, no community. They don't care nothing about none of that at all, man. I'm just offended that they will go that low, and for them to think that we're not smart and capable and doing our research, for them to say we could just give these people a gimmick and they are going to choose us, regardless. It's sad, man. That is sad, man, and it's very, very disturbing. And like I said, I'm offended by it, D-Dub. I'm offended. But they know what they're doing, man. Like you said earlier, we are the culture. We're definitely the culture. Gwendolyn Rubel said, "Just going to turn away the black rapper is worse." Jeez Louise. All right, we got another video. We're gonna go ahead and look at this one here. Here we go.
Crime is surging in Louisiana. Woke leaders blame the police. I blame the criminals. A mom should not have to look over her shoulder when she's pumping gas. I voted against the early release of violent criminals, and I opposed defunding the police. Look, if you hate cops just because they're cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead. I'm John Kennedy, and I approve this message.
Man, he said, "Call a crackhead."
Hey,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. I support that one. I damn near drove to Louisiana with a fake ID just so I could vote for him.
Call a crackhead.
and he meant everything he said with that one.
He meant every word.
Said it with his chest stuck out.
But again, look what areas he's targeting. Look who's targeting or whatever. Everybody that own that, you just seen black folks is robbing and with guns and stuff like that, whatever. So he's trying to make sure he get that vote for us or whatever, saying that, hey, y'all can't protect this. How I look at it, it's almost like he's saying y'all can't protect y'all communities, but I got the answer. I can protect y'all communities if you vote for me. And I can protect y'all communities better than you can protect your communities, And the only thing you got to do is show videos like that or whatever. And some people, especially our people, we be like, man, we definitely, will vote for this guy or whatever, because there are some scary guys inside our community. We can't do X, Y, Z. Yeah, we need their help. So, that's how I look at it.
Know it all. Me too.
What's up?
He said, vote for a crackhead. I'm sorry.
He said, crackhead. Oh, man.
No, he said, call the crackhead. He talking because people always talking about defund the police, defund. He said, if you hate cops just because they cops, next time you're in trouble, call the crackhead.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the next video. Hold on. Call a crackhead. Gwen Rubel said call a crackhead. So that's the end of that comments there. We're going to the next video. Here we go.
Democrats like to say that no one needs an AR-15 for self-defense. That no one could possibly need all 30 rounds. But when this rifle is the only thing standing between your family and a dozen angry Democrats in Klan hoods, you just might need that semi-automatic.
Yeah.
Democrat.
Hey, give me that guy. I'll vote for him. Yeah, man. How did he ever get that campaign to work out like that? Whatever you talking about, sitting in your with AR-15 and killing KKK? I don't know, man. I don't know how you got that one to fly, bro.
I don't know, but again, I was about to hop a flight with my fake ID to go vote. I was gonna vote for him 3 or 4 times.
Right. He got that Malcolm X type of stand. Malcolm X got the rifle in his hand, looking out the blinds. He kind of looked like that brother. That's how that brother was coming off, looking like that. All right, so we got another video here. Let's check this one out.
Young man interested in one of my daughters.
Yes, sir.
Jake asked why I was running for governor. I said 1.
Cap government spending.
2.
Take a chainsaw to regulations.
3.
Make Georgia #1 for small business.
And 2 things if you're gonna date one of my daughters.
Respect.
And?
A healthy appreciation for the Second Amendment, sir.
we're gonna get along just fine.
Brian Kemp for governor.
You've heard about all my guns.
Jeez Louise. Okay. You know what's the name of the brother? B-Dub. What's the name of the brother in Houston? He's always on the news. He always having a discussion. I think his name is Muhammad. Is that his name? The big swole brother, man. He's on the. You know what I'm talking about?
You talking about Cornell?
Yeah.
Cornell X.
Yeah. You remember he had the incident with the sheriff, police officer, whatever, and him and the sheriff was face to face, and they was talking. I believe the sheriff was mad with him because he was telling the sheriff that his daughter was dealing with another black man, and the sheriff got really pissed behind that one.
Yes, sir, he did.
That guy that was doing that campaigning video, he reminded me of that sheriff guy that was involved with that thing with Purnell, Big Swole brother. Is he with the Nation of Islam?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. All right. We got another video here.
Everyone knows my husband, Ron DeSantis, is endorsed by President Trump, but he's also an amazing dad. Ron loves playing with the kids.
Build the wall.
He reads stories.
Then Mr. Trump said, "You're fired." I love that part.
He's teaching Madison to talk.
Make America great again.
People say Ron's all Trump, but he is so much more.
Big league. So good.
I just thought you should know.
Ron DeSantis for governor.
Wow, that was a slap in the face. Wow, geez Louise. Okay. He said build a wall and everything, huh? Man.
These ads, and it just goes to show, and the reason, I chose these particular ads is just to show the extremes that we've come to now in this day and time, and that's part of the problem. Everything is either all the way here or all the way here, when we should be trying to get as close to the middle as possible. But it's like if you're a pro guns or pro Second Amendment or whatever, you make extreme ads like the other dude, like, oh, violent crime and then people gonna rape and kill. Oh, you gotta, whatever. Or, if you're on the other side of that, you want to give everybody everything, or you want to cater to everybody. Oh, we want to make the black people feel comfortable, so let's make a hip hop video. They'll love that.
Right.
So it's crazy.
Right. Like you said, B-Dub, and it sure is. Instead of putting people together, that's how you divide. You divide with these different ads that we've been watching. Yeah, you know how to divide the masses, and whenever you become divided like that, right. And whenever you become divided, you can be easily taken. You can be easily taken advantage of, man. And they know that. That's the reason why they put these different ads out here, and make them far extreme, like you say they do, B-Dub. Because, like I said, man, they know what they're doing. They're very strategic with a lot of stuff that they do. And like I said, man, before we get out there and try to vote, we need to do our research about these people. We got one more last video. One more video. Here we go.
Straight tracks, I think we got one.
It's voting season, bruh.
No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. BLK app looking for some action. Swear the homie Scott was heavy. Face is a 9, abs a 10. D is a to be determined. He got mad jokes, he don't seem broke. The only red flag, he said he don't vote. This midterms for all the single cuties. Wanna hit this booty, gotta do your civic duty. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking, no voting, no fucking.
Yeah, don't stop now. Stuff my ballot box again, but my homegirl through. Put the buying partisan. Politics be so nasty. Make me wanna flirt ya. Show you how to be a poll worker. Legs in the air, I don't care. Anyone could get it. Universal health care. If you wanna come before the deadline. Come in the jacuzzi, gerrymander this coochie.
No voting, no love, no voting, no touch. No voting, no nothing. Can't let me down, gotta stand up for something. No voting, no love, no voting, no touch. No voting, no nothing. BLK, we gon' stand up for something. Yeah, that's right.
Man,
B-Dub.
your
Hey.
face was perfect. That was the exact reaction I was expecting to get.
B-Dub, man, these people are slick. B-Dub, they got the black culture, they got the alphabet culture. They know who to cater to, man. They know who to cater to. That's why they got the strong
No
feminine
voting,
gender.
no nothing.
They got
Don't
that
touch
culture.
it.
They know
See,
what's going
look,
on.
see, they already got you. They
See,
already
yeah,
got you.
she already singing. Yeah, she's already singing the little jingle that they sang. They were talking about. Man, wow, wow.
You know,
That
they got to do it for the pronoun people. Come on now.
right,
We
right,
the
man,
this
right.
this world is sick and twisted.
And this is, but that's the game politics play. You know, when they're doing campaigning, they gonna bring out every trick in the bag they got. They're gonna bring it out, and they gonna try to get their numbers who they need to get, and it don't matter how they get it. They don't care if it with putting out a video that look like that, and with the culture and LGBTQ. They don't care as long as they get their numbers of who they need to get. They can get inside that be chosen by the people. They gonna do it. They
And
gonna
there's
do it.
always one for sale. I don't care what you say. Because remember a couple of years ago when the pandemic first kicked off in juvenile, it just hurt my heart. Remember that old vax that thing up? Oh, you gotta vax that thing
Yeah,
up.
juvenile. I remember that.
Now, no vote. See, I almost got me. They almost got me.
No voting, no nothing. Don't touch it, no nothing.
So Gwendolyn
Oh, it's sad. It's sad, man.
It is.
rough.
It
It's
is
rough.
sad.
It's rough.
Absolutely.
It's rough. I don't know. I don't even know how you end up. I bet when you first saw it, I bet you was like, "OMG, man."
I'm talking about like just the whole time, like that was
Right.
my face the whole time.
Right.
Like, what in the world is this?
I'm going to school tomorrow. I'm gonna tell my kids, no voting.
Right.
No, I'm just
So let me
What's
ask
the news station in Corsicana? CTG Tiger News Network.
right.
Be all over KAND.
So let me ask you guys this, okay? All right. Since we're gonna ask this final question here, and you guys on the comment section, you guys can input as well. All right. With the last year, with the years since Biden been in the office, I believe the House or the Senate is like, I think the Democrats pretty much got the majority of the House as well. All right.
Yeah, I think the Democrats had a House and the Republicans got the Senate, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah. How do you guys believe that during this COVID, pandemic, how do you and with the gas prices going up, food is going up, everything is fluctuating right now. How do you guys feel that the Democrats are handling everything now? Because that's been a topic of conversation as well. A lot of people have been saying that since everything has been happening the way the Democrats had handled the COVID pandemic, they feel like they mishandled that. They also feel that since the prices and everything is ballooning up with the cost of living, food, gas, everything is going up. They're saying that they feel that the Democratic will be struggling trying to put seats back into the House or the Senate, or even in the presidential seat. Do you guys look at it that way as far as like with the Democrats? You guys feel like they doing a horrible job or a good job, or you really don't care?
Well, they are doing a horrible job. So here's the thing. First of all, Republicans going to win the presidency in 2024. And as crazy as this might sound, your boy might be back in there. But if it ain't him, it'll be another Republican. And I'm going to tell you why. Because extremism doesn't work. And here's the thing. Republicans are true to themselves. And I'm not saying that they're right. And I'm not saying that people should vote Republican. I'm whatever. But they are true to what they are. So nothing's changed for them. The Democrat the Democrats put up this false narrative that they love everybody and that everybody can be seen and heard, and that's not reality. Everybody can't be seen. Everybody can't be heard. You can't help every single person. As harsh as that sounds, it's the truth. And extremism doesn't work. You can't just give money and just say, "Oh, we're gonna throw stimmies at everybody here, 2,000 for you, 20." I was reading something. I should have bookmarked this so I could pull it up. But it was saying that like there were some people who didn't get their money at first. They was kind of behind with getting the money out or whatever. So it was like people that are filing for unemployment, and it took them like maybe a month or two to get it. And so they was getting like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 checks at one time. Okay, that's cool, but here's the thing. You're giving money to people who don't know how to manage money. If you can't manage $5, you can't manage $5,000. That's just the reality. So all that money was a waste. Then they put no restrictions because they want to, be kind, be nice to everybody, So you had all these people that was getting false PPP loans, that was getting all this money, all this stimulus money, because they made it so easy trying to cater to everybody and make everybody happy. Now they're trying to come back on the backside of it. Oh, we're going to crack down on all these PPP fraud. Well, you shouldn't have gave the money out there like that anyway. You should have put more restriction on it anyway.
Right.
So yeah, I think and I think people will realize, I think a lot more black people are starting to either start to vote Republican or just not vote at all. I think that's what's happening. Some of them are crossing over to red, and some of them are just stepping back, not voting at all. Like you talked about earlier, like we talked about, like, you know what, I'm not dealing with none of y'all. And just let it be, because my thing is this. Since I've been working and since I've been on my own, every single year of my life, I have progressively made more, a little bit more. My life has gotten a little bit better under Republican presidents, Democratic presidents, whoever been in office. I've still been able to move my life. Now, depending on who's in office, sometimes that movement is slower, sometimes it's faster, but it's still going in a forward direction. So it's easy for me to step back and say, you know what, I don't really care. That's why I say I focus more on the local voting, because those are things that affect. I want to know who's going to be deciding whether or not my property tax go up or down, and whether or not we get to build a new fence for our neighborhood so we can improve the value of our neighborhood and stuff like that. I want to know, if in an unfortunate event something happened and I end up in front of a judge, I want a judge that's going to be fair and not, look at me at the color of my skin and be like, nah, give him 60 years for a traffic ticket or whatever. You know what I mean? So, like, I focus more on local voting. I don't particularly care too much about the House, the Senate, and the national vote anymore. But and a lot of it has to do with the Democrats, because, like we said, we was brought up and trained to vote Democrat, and then you start seeing that a lot of the stuff they say is BS. Right. It's just straight up. It's a lie. It's all a front to get your vote. And even the stuff that's not a lie, like they, super socialism, give everybody everything, that's not good for the economy, and it doesn't work. So it's like, yeah.
Here's what the Democratic here's what they did to try to repair their relationship with the black voters. What they did was, because they knew for a fact they botched the way they handled the COVID. They botched that. All right. They botched the PPP loans and the small business loan, whatever, because even the Los Angeles Lakers, they qualified and they got some money allegedly from the small business, with the SBA loan. But when they found out that the Los Angeles Lakers, a franchise, $1 billion franchise, qualified for that loan, I think they ended up giving the money back because they felt shame that they had took that money from small.
I bet you Brett Favre got some of that money. He didn't give it back. Right. but that's the thing though. Like even with the SBA loans, like there were people that was making money scamming and getting people. They was like getting people, like, because you didn't even have to have a business. So you could go file for a DBA or LLC and get the loan and say, well, I'm in the process of starting a business and still get the loan, even though the loan was supposed to be for employee payroll protection. So
Right.
how do you have employee payroll protection if you don't have no employees yet?
Right.
So
Right. I agree.
yeah, they totally mucked it up, but that was
Right.
again, that's socialism. You know, there's listen, and let me be clear. Some social programs are good. I'm not saying that at all. But extreme socialism is not good. You can't just go make it rain on everybody and throw money at everybody with no plan and no regulations and no restrictions. And they're just doing the same thing. The only difference is the Republicans want to make it rain on the rich people because trickle down economics. That's been their whole shtick for like decades, is trickle down economics, which if people participated would actually work. You know, if you give tax breaks and give more money to big businesses, okay, now my business has more money. I can hire more employees, or I can pay the employees. I have more money. Everybody wins, and it goes like that. But of course, corporations don't do that. They take the money and say, "Oh, more for me."
Right.
Well, the Democrats, they're doing the same thing. They're just doing it on the opposite end. Let's give all the money to the poor people, and that'll help the economy. But the poor people, like, I ain't never had nothing in my life. Now I got all this money. Gucci store. So the only people that's getting rich is people that don't even live in America, and their business is not in America.
Right.
Donatella Versace don't live in America.
Right.
She don't pay taxes in America.
But here's a Democrats ace in the hole. What they did to try to make everything a little bit easier on their end. Well, after they botched all these different things, they botched. Insert Ketanji Brown for the Supreme Court. They say, hold on, black folks, hold on. Well, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Here's an ace in the hole. Input Ketanji Brown for Supreme Court. They pushed her up and said, look, this is what we did for you guys. You know, and we saying to ourselves, hold on, wait a minute. That ain't gonna that's not what we wanted. We didn't ask for that. No, we asked for something totally different when we voted for you, because this is what you said you was going to do. You didn't do it. You reneged. You backed off. Then not only you backed off, we was an afterthought, because now you got the Ukrainians come over. They get their loans and food and shelter and this, that, or whatever. What's going on? What's up? Where's ours at? They say, we got something for you guys. Insert Ketanji Brown. What?
Yeah.
No, that ain't good. No, we ain't feeling that. No, you messed up on that one, B-Dub. How you feel about that one, EQ? Not knocking Ketanji Brown. You know what I mean? That, for her to be the first black female to sit on the seat in the Supreme Court, that's a high honor, whatever. But I just don't think that's not going to benefit us. We're not getting nothing from that.
She doesn't represent me. I'm sorry. She just she don't represent me. See, we won't be so concerned about making it.
Go ahead.
We so concerned about making history and about we history is an unnecessary statement, but at the same time, you got to know when people are playing games with you. You got to see past what meets the eye. And yeah, we're gonna put a sister in the Supreme Court to appeal to the African American community. But guess what? Most African Americans are Christians. They're of the Christian faith. So, let's look at her. Okay, let's look at her track record. See, we can't just be throwing our votes out there because she look like us. What she stand for? What have she done for the people she's represented? How many times have she visited the barbecues or the picnic or whatever? Nah. She don't even want to tell us what a woman is. That heifer don't. She don't. Never mind. Never mind. I'm gonna leave that alone. I gotta go pick up my baby. I ain't thinking about her. She be gone.
Right. B-Dub?
No comment.
Hey, listen.
Right. I gotta go pick up my baby.
Right. But those are the games they play with us. You know, and like I said, I'm not knocking Kentucky Brown, but when that happened, I didn't put her on no pedals. I'm saying to myself, I see the game that you play, and that's why I told you guys earlier.
Who is Katanji's husband?
Yeah, the white guy. I forgot the guy's name.
He a yay man.
Who is Kamala Harris' husband?
A white guy, right?
She, don't Chucks and Pearls don't like us.
Right. So yeah, so you see the games that people playing with us, you know, and like I said, do your research. Do your research before you get out here and try to place your votes with these people. Do your research about these people. See if they really have your best interests at heart. A lot of them, like I told you, a lot of times they play a lot of games with you, give you all these false promises, and it just the outcome is just not in your favor, you know. So, like I told you guys this time around, I just sit my vote. I'll see what's going to happen in another few more years. If I want to go vote, I get out there and do it. If not, hey, fine and dandy. But you know, don't nobody need to hit me upside the head or try to shame me with a butter knife because I don't do it.
Hey, but what if you come home and your lady tell you no vote, no?
Can't get none, no vote. Can't get none, no vote.
No vote, right?
Hey, let's run through these comments real quick and we get on up out of here.
Yep. So, Myron SRTV, we thank you for joining the show, tuning in. Myra SRT said he's in the building. Yes, sir. Chad Support says she's agree. Gwendolyn Rubel says I agree with that. Money was a waste. Angela Denise, we thank you for joining the show. Appreciate you for joining the show. She says great show tonight. We thank you so much. Myron SRT says facts.
Thank you.
Gwendolyn Rubel says, so what about Gwen, who made too much to get a stimulus? Only business is working overtime as a nurse on the COVID unit. Ooh,
talk about it.
Right. There we go.
Oh, wow.
You know, we're gonna have to do a show. We're gonna have to do a show one day about, you know, our thoughts and opinions about, you know, the COVID, how, you know, everybody handled that thing. So we got to do a show about that. Chastity Porter says she was not the first black woman nominated to the Supreme Court. Okay. It was Janice Rogers Brown, but Biden blocked that nomination. Wow, facts. Okay.
Sleepy Joe.
And yeah, Sleepy Joe. And Myra SRT TV says already. Yep, indeed it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and give you guys our final comments of the show. The B-Dub, EQ.
Ladies first.
So we can close the show out tonight, EQ.
Great show tonight as always, and great show tonight. Thank you for those of you who commented and watched our show tonight. We really appreciate the support. Always remember to like, comment, and share our page. But these are conversations that have to be had, and you know, love on your people a little more. Y'all, so much is going on out here. Want to send a special thought and love to this family that was in my neighborhood. Unfortunately, the lady passed away. So just a sad situation. I think it was an accidental shooting or whatever from what we learned, but definitely want to send some love out to that family. So, you know, anyways, just pray for each other and lift each other up, and let's try to encourage each other.
Right. Go ahead.
Just know that there's more out there, people. Exposure leads to expansion. You know, expose your mind so you can expand your mind, and vote based on who has your interests, not because grandma told you to.
Right. And the Brandon Coles give you the bag moment. I'm gonna say this. All right, when you go out there and vote, make sure you get something for your vote. Just don't be out there voting just for the sake of voting, or vote because, like B-Dub said, grandmama or somebody told you to go and vote. So make sure you do it and vote with a purpose, and do some research on your vote. So now that you got the bag, what you're going to do with it? Okay. So listen, you guys. We got another comment here. I started watching the Facebook Live before I came here, but definitely was a great show. Appreciate that, Myra SRTV. Appreciate that so much. So listen.
Thank you.
We are the Brandon Coles Podcast, and we want to say thank you all for joining the Brandon Coles Podcast show. Reach us next time. Make sure you hit that subscription button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure you hit that share button as well, and let a friend and family members know exactly where to go to the Burning Coals Podcast on YouTube. I am Mr. Know-It-All. We have B-Dub. We have First Lady EQ and Gentleman Jamal. We will definitely see you guys later, and have a great night and enjoy yourselves and be safe. We love you. Peace.